We have grand strategies where there is growth, that is expansion, then we have the retrenchment and combinations, all this. Now students, under this corporate level strategies, we have three types. For the follower also, that is for the subordinate also, there is a strategy how we have to do the work. Intensification means you are entering into the new market. Hello and hi to all the students. A warm welcome to you all, dear students, for today's session 5 of Business Policy for Unit 1. I, George William A., Commerce Faculty, Vidyashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Dear students, let us concentrate in today's session regarding the various aspects such as corporate strategy. Under corporate strategies, we have three types, that is growth strategy, stability strategy, as well as then defensive strategy. Then under growth strategies, there are 6 growth paths to the business, that is concentration to business, co-concentrate, conglomerate to business, integration strategies, then merger and acquisition and joint venture. Then under stability strategies, we have generic or portfolio strategies, strategy for followers, strategy for the leaders, then concentration and stimulation. Under expand strategies, we have penetration into the market, diversification, that is entering into new markets or producing new products. Then under that we have merger, then takeover, then joint venture, strategic alliance and integration. Under that we have vertical and horizontal. So dear students, now let us understand all this one by one. Now, what is this corporate strategy? In the last session, I told you about this corporate strategies, right? So, these are the grand strategies we call. We have grand strategies where there is growth, that is expansion. Then we have the retrenchment and combinations, all this. So, here, this corporate strategies focus on what? It mainly focuses on the determination of what? With which business it can compete in, or to which business it can enter into, or in which business it can fit into. So it focuses mainly on the business of the company. Which business the company can be successful, in which business the company can be a successful one, and it has to be in. So it has to think over, it has to focus. So this corporate strategies are the strategies which will mainly focus on telling you or determining the company or the organization into which business it has to be in. So this corporate level strategies, they are being formulated, and this is basically the foundation, or it is a fundamental concept we say, or the basic concept which is concerned with what? It is concerned with the selection of the business. The selection of the business in which that particular company has to do so. What kind of business it has to get inside or it has to get in, right? So it should compete with, and also with the development. So what kind of business the company should do, as well as how it has to compete with the other competitors, as well as what should be the growth and development and the coordination of that particular business. So this is what this particular corporate strategies they are going to focus on. I'll repeat once again. Corporate strategies are the strategies which will focus on determining, or it will tell you, finding out what are the ways and which is the business which will be suitable and which the company has to get inside, right? And this strategy, this corporate level strategy is fundamentally means it is the basically it says it is concerned with selection of the business. It will tell you which is the best business the company can get inside, and to compete with the other rival competitors, and also to see that how to grow your business, as well as the development and coordination of all the departments in your business. Now students, under this corporate level strategies, we have 3 types. One is growth strategies, then we have stability and defensive. I'll just give a little explanation about growth strategy. I told you in the previous session itself. Growth strategies which have been formulated for the growth and the expansion of the business or the organization. So under growth strategies, the strategies are formed in such a way that what are the various levels where it can grow, right? How to increase the production, that is to increase the production, to increase your market share, to increase your profit, to increase your customers. So like this, to increase your market areas, all this will be taken under consideration under this particular growth strategy. Now coming to the stability strategies, it says the stability is nothing but when there is a growth and when there is lot of competition, they may be seen arising where you cannot compete with others. In that case, you need to stop there itself. You need not have to increase your growth, or you need not have to increase your customer line, right? Or you need not have to increase your production, or you need to manufacture some new products. Whichever product you are producing, you need to see that that particular product only has to be manufactured. So there should be stability maintained. Status quo, we say. Status quo has to be maintained. You should not jump to other products, or you should not jump to produce more products, or you not to see that you have to have lot of markets, or jump into new markets, jump into new customers, like this. Defensive strategies is the strategy where you are defending. This is a strategy which will help you to defend yourself, to defend your organization, to defend your products, to defend your market, right? Because you may be at the decline level. At that decline level, you may be out of the market. So in order to be there in the market, you need to be having your defensive strategies where you can merge with other companies or merge with other business of the same line and the same sense, right? And you need to acquire. So all this acquisition, then if you are not able to do the business, you may be coming out of the business. If it's not successful one, better to disinvest, take out your capital from that particular business where you invested. So these are the various strategies which have been undertaken or followed under this particular defensive strategies. Now let us see the growth strategies that is coming under the corporate strategy. See, as I told you, there are 6 growth or path to business. One is concentration to business. First and foremost in the growth strategy, the first path, it says you need to concentrate towards your business. Why you need to concentrate? Because you are the person, you are like a baby now. The business is like a baby where you need to first understand the market. Only when you understand the market, you can start playing around. So you need to first, what? As a baby, first learn to crawl, then walk, get up and walk. So likewise, business also is very much important here. So you need to concentrate first on your business. You need not just think over, I want to have market share now itself. I want to be first in the market, right? At the initial stage, if you think that, then you are a fool. So every business has to first and foremost concentrate on what kind of business it has to do. What are the products it has to manufacture or produce, right? And who should be the customer? Where you are going to purchase, where you are going to supply your products. So all this has to be taken into consideration. First, concentration is very, very important part of the growth strategy. Second is concentration, that is concentric. Concentric means you need to concentrate only on that particular line of products or the products which you are manufacturing. So here, first think about what you want to do, how you are going to develop that particular product which you are manufacturing, which are the various strategies you have to pull out or you have to implement in order to see that particular product as a growth and development. Then collaborate with the business. Then integration strategies, bringing all the departments together, right? Merger and acquisition. So in merger and acquisition, where you are going to merge with the same related companies or the business which it has been going on. And acquisition means acquiring the new companies, the greater companies than your companies. So you are going to venture out and see that you purchase that particular companies. Then joint ventures, doing business together of the same product or same business, doing business with the same line of business which is already existing as well as for the stipulated time period. So all these are very, very important on part of the growth strategies. Once again, I'll explain to you the various 6 growth path to the business is, first is concentration. You have to have the concentration to the business. Then you should concentrate. That is, you should concentrate mainly on the product development or whatever the market you are under with, then collaborate to the business, then integration strategies, bringing together the various other strategies of various other departments in the organization, integrating them, then merger and acquisition and joint venture. Now students, under stability strategies, we have generic or portfolio strategies, then we have strategy for follower. So each and everything there is strategies are there, where for the follower also, that is for the subordinate also, there is a strategy how he has to do the work, what are the various work or the jobs he's been assigned, how he is to carry on that. Then for the leader also there is a strategy how he should lead the team, the group of persons who are working under him, right? Then concentration regarding your business, that is you should see that it should be maintaining stability or stable and simulation. Now under expansion strategies, we have penetration. Penetration means first entering into the market. You should penetrate first, get into the market first and stable condition, or you should have a platform, or we say a base should be formed first. So penetration is important. Then after penetration, it says diversification, that is you may enter into new markets or you may produce new products, right? Under that we have merger, as I told you, combining various, that is merging with other companies, then taking over, that is you are taking over another company of your same line or different line of business, joint venture, doing the business together for some stipulated project as well as for the stipulated time period, then the strategic alliances. So under integration we have vertical as well as horizontal. So these are the various strategies which have been followed under expansion strategy. Now let us understand little bit in detail about this particular strategy known as the expansion strategies. Now what is expansion? Expansion means expanding your business, expanding your territory, right? Expanding your market share, expanding your customers. So like this, these are the various things where you have to take in consideration under expansion strategies. So expansion is what? It is one of the best ways. Why we call it as the best ways? Because in order to achieve the desired growth, expansion is the best way to achieve your desired goals or the objectives of the organization. In order to achieve the desired goals or the objectives of the organization. Now, there is a scope for this business because why there is a scope for the business? Because it can be expanded. How we are going to expand? What is the scope for expanding your business? It says for increasing your customer base. It is very much helpful. This strategy is very much helpful for expanding your customer base. If you are having only little customers or only the existing customers, you can add on or you can add up with the new customers for your products or for your market, right? Or by using different alternative technologies. So you can use the strategies in this expansion strategies for growth and development of a business by expanding your territory or by expanding your customers, right? Getting new customers for your product. Not only that, you can also adopt new technologies, right? Or it may be the alternative technologies. Now, most of the organizations are using the new and scientific technologies. If you are using the old outdated technology, then you cannot survive in the market. You cannot grow. You cannot expand your business or your territories. So, you need to adopt the new strategies for implementing the new scientific technologies or the alternative technologies. Why you need to do that? Because in order to see that, to have a very good performance, to give the good performance from your organization and whatever the product you are producing, it should be a more effective one and it should be more interesting one, as well as it should be more understandable, as well as it should be very much acceptable by all the customers. This particular expansion strategy says it is also known as the growth. I told you, expansion strategies can also be called as a growth strategies, or it can be called as intensification strategies. Intensification means you are entering into the new market where there is a penetration, there is a growth, expanding, and you are competing with the rival competitors in this particular market, whereby it says taking your strength of the organization, and also looking into the threats which is been posed by the business environment, then using the opportunities, right, and also seeing your weakness. So all this will have a greater effect on this particular extension strategies or the growth strategies. Now example I can give you here, this Fair and Lovely, everyone knows this. What is this Fair and Lovely? It is a cream. Fair and Lovely, it was been manufactured by the manufacturer of that particular product, right? So initially what they did, they concentrated on the females, that is the ladies, because nowadays all ladies want to be looking very beautiful and smart. So this company started to manufacture this particular product and they concentrated mainly on the ladies or the females. So if you apply that particular cream, you become like Aishwarya Rai, right? Or if you apply that particular cream, you can become Susmita Sen or the Miss World or Miss Universe of the present situation. So that was the thinking or the strategies which was followed by the organization which has been manufacturing this particular Fair and Lovely, right? The cream. Later on, what they did, they started to, now men's were very sad. So what they did, we have to satisfy our men's also, because even they are also very much in need of this particular cream, they thought. So what they did, the company introduced the cream for this particular gender called as the males, that is for the men. So Fair and Lovely initially concentrated on the female gender, that is for the ladies and the girls, but now it has attracted the male gender also. Even the males also nowadays use this particular cream in order to see the glow as well as to the beauty, or to become little bit fair enough in that particular cream. So thereby this cream was introduced by this particular company for this particular gender. So Fair and Handsome, now it has come as Fair and Handsome. So if you apply that particular cream, you become more fair and you look very smart and handsome and cute. That's what it says. So here it was increasing the customer base. So how this particular expansion started? Just by initially starting with the females, they produced the cream, and later on they expanded their territory towards male also. So they concentrated on the male section so that they can expand the territory to the male section. So like this, they are expanding their business. And you can see, students, the banks nowadays, earlier days they were not giving much of this services. We call them as the personalized services or the retail business base. But nowadays you can see every bank is also providing various retail base, as well as it is giving the personal services such as credit card facilities, ATMs, right? So like this, there are debit cards. So various opportunities are there and various personal services are being provided by these banks in order for expansion. Why they are doing this? In order to expand their territory. There should be a growth. That is the reason. Now, basic reason. There are some reasons for this particular adopting this particular expansion strategies. So some of the companies and the organization, they adopt this particular growth or the expansion strategies because for various reasons, such as it may be change in the environmental factors. Now, change in the environmental factors. What is this change in environmental factors? It is nothing but outside environment may be different. So you need to adjust according to the situation of the environment, business environment which is prevailing outside. So the growth, if you want to grow, you need to change over to the business environment which is prevailing at present. Then only you can be in the market or you can survive in the market. If you don't adopt the strategies which has to be adopted in regard to the business environment, then it becomes difficult for an organization or a company to be in the market for the growth and the expansion of that particular market. That's the reason. First thing is change in the environmental factors. Due to environmental factors, the company has to adopt the strategies depending upon the business environment. Then secondly, in order to gain more economy on large scale operation and experience, that is experience curve. So why you need to adopt this expansion strategies? What is the necessity? The second thing it says, to gain the economy of large scale production. Only when you want to expand your business, then you need to see that you have to produce a product in a larger scale, right? Only when you produce your goods or the commodities in a larger scale, when you produce them or manufacture them according to demand of the products or the customers, then only you can expand your business. Just by saying I'm expanding the business, it is not at all possible. Why? Because there is a demand for the product. If you want to enter the new territory, if you want to attract the new customers for your product, then you need to produce the products in a larger scale, right? And also you need to have the experience curve of that particular strategy. Then the strategic expectations. So these are the various important reasons why this particular expansion of the growth strategy is important. Now coming to the stability strategies. Students, here it says stability doesn't mean static. That means static means if the particular pen is being kept here, it is not moving. So it is a static. So it is not that. But in an organization, stability means it is not a static. It is not that you are going to stop everything and just be like that. No. We are not going to expand or we are not going to grow. But we will be there, we will maintain the status quo and see that whatever we are doing now, we will only concentrate on that particular thing. That's it. So that is known as the stability strategy. The strategies which are important for whatever you are doing at present, so that will be continued. So static means it is not you are going to stop everything and sit down like that. No. You are not going to expand or grow. That's it. But you will be doing the same work, the same thing will be doing, you are going to do in each and every aspect in whatever you are doing. But only thing, you are not going to take up the growth and the expansion. So that's why it says stability doesn't mean static. So it is not static. Just you are going to do the same work at the same level. So this strategy is adopted. Why this particular strategy is adopted? This particular stability strategy, because the firm expects some incremental improvements in performance. First, it needs to improve its performance. Only when you need to improve your performance, then only you can think about the growth and expansion. First and foremost, you have to have the base and the foundation for your product or your market, right? Or your company. So you should see that there should be some improvement. You have to improve your performance. Only for the improvement performance wise, you need to be stable first, right? Then only you can think about the later stage, that is the growth and expansion. Now this particular strategies, that is your stability strategies, it mainly aims at what? It is stability, because by causing the companies, that is to marginally improve the performance, in order to improve little by little, not at a speed. So little by little, marginally, you should see that there is some improvement in the performance of the organization. That is why this particular stability strategies are being taken into consideration. Then the main intention of this particular stability strategy is what? Sustaining. Sustaining means you have to be there, right? Sustaining moderate grow in line, right, with the existing trends. So you need to sustain with whatever the modern things are taken into consideration. According to the new trends, you need to adjust. So here the company, what they'll do, they will be concentrating more on those areas of products. So here under stability strategies, the companies will be concentrating mainly on the products, that is where they are much comfortable, where they feel comfortable. So in that particular line, the company will be concentrating, and also it creates a competitive advantage. So in the stability strategies, the company is going to first and foremost, what they do, they have to concentrate. They need to concentrate, or they will be concentrating on the product, on the line of product, because they have to grow and they have to expand their territory. For that, first and foremost, they have to see that they are going to concentrate mainly on the product, its performance, and then only you can compete with the competitor. Now, this stability strategy, students, it implies that the organization will continue for a same or a similar business. The stability strategies here, it will not be changing. It will be the same. It will continue to be the same or in the same business lines or same or similar business lines. It will not change or it will not go into other types or other ventures. So, this stability strategies, they try to hold. What they try to hold? They try to hold the current position in the market. Whatever the position are there at present, they try to keep on with it. So, if you just think about growth immediately, then you cannot have your market. So, you cannot think about the market position, the current market position which you are having now. So, if you want to see that, you should first maintain the market position. So, first and foremost, you should have a stability. Only when there is stability, you can maintain your current position. Later on, you can think about the expansion and growth. So, the firm's concentration mainly depends upon the same products and the same lines of products, right? Products and the same products. Whatever the products they are having, so they are going to concentrate only on that particular product or that particular line of products. They are not going to enter into or take into consideration the new products, or they are not going to invent new products. At present, what is going on, they are going to deal with it. That's it. So, this particular stability strategies, they are adopted by the various firms or the organizations. Why? Because who are satisfied with their present performance and position. So, this kind of stability strategies, they are being undertaken by various firms, or it has been adopted by various firms in order to see that they are satisfied with their performance, they are satisfied with their products, right? And the position which they are having now at present. So, here under this strategy, that is stability strategies, the firms tries to improve. What they try to improve? Try to improve the functional efficiency, that is increasing their output, right? By putting input, by having lot of, by using in an efficient and effective manner, the operations will be undertaken, so that through better allocation of the resources. So, they will concentrate mainly on efficient and effective utilization of the resources. Thereby, you can see they will try to improve their performances as well as the efficiency of that operational levels. Here, there are no major changes in the product. Here, you can find no major changes will be done in the stability particular strategies. So, you are going to maintain the status quo, I told you. So, maintaining status quo means as it is, it will be like the same. So, no changes in any kind of product or the market or the services. So, you are not going to change anywhere regarding this in this particular strategy. So, nothing will be changed. So, only you will concentrate mainly on your market, mainly on your product, and also whatever you are doing, you are going to do it. Why this particular strategy? The main intention of this stability strategy is because in order to maintain the present as well as the performance which you are doing, so that it can also ensure the rate of improvement, so that you can improve still more, you can improve. If you improve little more, then that will be easy for you to, for your growth and expansion as well as for the competition. So, that is the reason this particular strategies is being taken into consideration, that is stability strategies, and also to see that to achieve whatever is there in the past is also being taken into consideration. So, the main intention is to maintain the present performance along with to see that there is an improvement in the rate wise of your achievement which is in the past, and also to maintain that particular level. Then this particular strategy, that is business level strategy, or we call it as stability strategies. So, the stability strategies, it tries to maintain the competition edge or advantage with the present resources and with market equipments. So, it tries to concentrate on the market advantage or competitive advantage as well as with the present resources what they are having, along with whatever the requirements of the market. So here students, under this stability strategies, the companies or the organization, they will not go into major internal changes. They will not do any kind of major changes in the organization or in the product or in the market share or whatever it is, right? Or in kind of restructuring, right? So these companies, what they do, they regularly review how the performance is going on. So regularly they are going to review the performance of the particular organization and what is the competence, how they are well to do with the competing firms and react timely according to the market developments. Now students, coming to this stability strategies, major features. What are the major features of this particular stability strategies? It says comparatively very less risky. Why? Because you are not going to find out new things, or you are not going to enter into the new market, you are not going to expand your territory, you are not going to increase your customers positions, right? So like this, you are not going to increase your productivity. That is why it is very less, comparatively very less risky. So risk is very less compared to growth and in expansion, and it involves what? Minimal changes. Here, as I told you, there is no changes at all. Only a little bit of few little minor changes can be undertaken under this particular strategies, that is stability strategies, because people will feel very comfortable with the things what they're doing. So when they do little bit of changes without disturbing the whole thing, then the people also, the customers also will be happy to see what they are doing in the market. If you think about expansion and if it is been treated, it is like a threatening for the firms to adopt the stability. So it says when stability is treated as threats, if you think about expansion and growth and if you think that it is a threat to your company or the organization, then it is better to adopt the suitability strategy than your expansion or a growth strategy. If you think that it's a threat for you, why you want to take the threat? Don't take the threat. It is better don't go there until you become firm and more powerful to face the competition. Till then, you adopt this particular strategy, that is the stability strategy. And as I told you, there is no much changes in this kind of strategies or in the any kind of environmental factors which you are going to take in consideration under the suitability strategies. Then also it says, after rapid expansion, once there is a very big expansion, a very big rapid expansion takes place in the firm, then it may also sort to consolidate. So you need to consolidate, you have to bring together everything and see that you maintain the status quo. Then it says the reason for major, that is stability strategies. It says it also provides the special service. What is that special service? That is a valid institutional. The company, it provides a very much special service in this particular stability strategies, valued institutional, to its valued institutionals. Then the next reason says the buyers, in order to induce them to remain with the company. So this particular strategy also will induce the customers or the buyers, that is to induce them to be them with the particular company itself. In order to maintain your buyers and induce them to buy your products only, this stability strategies are adopted. Now students, there are some of the other reasons also for adopting this particular strategies, that is stability strategies, where it says the management will be also satisfied, it will be happy and satisfied with the present level of performance. So whatever the performance you are doing, the management will be happy with that, and thereby they are interested to continue with the same. Then you don't have to think about the various other levels or for the expansion and growth. Now the management is happy with what you are doing, so you can continue with that particular aspect itself, that is under stability strategy. That is why it has been adopted. And also it says the firms are very much happy and satisfied with the current level of profit margin. So here with the stability strategy, you can find that you are maintaining the status quo and thereby you are not having much competition, so that you can have a very good margin profit under this stability strategy. So here also it says there are other reasons where there can be a changes in the environmental factors, right? And also there is less and it is very much infrequent. So you can see why you need to adopt, because when you go for expansion and growth, then there may be lot of changes in the environmental aspects, as well as it may be very infrequent. Then the firm is also well survived defined market or the market segment in the stable condition. Now coming to the next part, that is retrenchment strategies. What is that? Retrenchment strategies. These are the strategies where it says when an organization intends to contracts its activities, that is, it wants to bring all its activities, it may adopt this kind of retrenchment as a strategy. What is that retrenchment strategy? Retrenchment strategy is nothing but where the company will come out. It will come out of one or more of its business. Is very important. Company will come out from one or more of its business by reducing their capital or reducing their customer groups and alternative technologies. So under this particular strategy, that is retrenchment strategies, it says the organization or the companies, they will try to see to come out of that particular business. It may be one business or the other businesses, any businesses, or to see that to reduce the customers for their products or from their market, as well as to see that to reduce their alternative technologies which can be used. Now this particular strategy is also very, very important because it involves dropping some of the activities. Here under retrenchment, the company or the organization, it is going to drop some of the activities which is already been doing so. So that will be, those kind of activities will be removed, right? Or it will be dropped in a particular business or in a particular line of business in which they are doing. So totally getting out of that particular business. So they want to come out of that business. That is why this retrenchment strategies are being followed. So here the firm may drop some of the functions, such as it may be products or the markets. So which are the functions where the retrenchment strategies undertake? That is, it may drop some of the functions, such as it may be the products or it may be the markets. So it will come out or it will drop the idea of continuing with that particular products or with that markets under this retrenchment strategies. Now this particular strategy is also been followed in the corporate sustainability, reduces the scope of its customers groups, then customers also functions and alternate technologies. So as I told you, this retrenchment strategies also will see that it will sustainability, that is, when the corporate sustainability is not there, it reduces, when it's not able to cope up with the competition. So then the companies or the organizations, they are going to follow this particular strategies, that is the retrenchment strategies, whereby it is going to come out of the customer groups. They are dropping the customer groups, they may drop the customer functions, right? As well as they may drop the various technologies, that is alternate technologies which can be used. So it may be jointly or singly in order to improve its performance. That is the reason why this particular retrenchment strategies are being followed. So example here you can see the Rubiol Hospital. This is a hospital where it has been located in Pune. It says it has decided to pull out of all type of surgeries and only concentrate on cardiac surgeries. So earlier this particular hospital which is located in Pune, that is Rubiol. So this hospital, they were earlier concentrating on all types of surgeries. They were undergoing with all types of surgeries. Now what they did, because of the retrenchment strategies, they are going to bring down or dropping down all the surgeries except one surgery, that is of cardiac, that is related to heart. Only that particular strategies are being undertaken now. So they are dropping out or coming out of this particular functions, other functions of we call it as other, dropping off all the other surgeries and only concentrating on one aspect, that is of cardiac surgeries. So this is an example for the retrenchment strategies. So this strategies, retrenchment strategies, why it has been adopted? It is adopted because management has no longer wish to remain in that particular business. So management organization, they don't have that satisfaction to be in that particular business line. So they want to come out of that particular line of business or that particular business or the product or the market. That is the reason they are going to adopt this strategy known as the retrenchment strategies, right? And also they are not happy with the change in the environment. They don't wish to be in the market. It may be, as I told you, that it may be because of change in the environment which has been threatening to them. Why they are adopting this particular strategy is because they are not happy with the environment, the outside environment, which is facing, it is like a threat to that particular business. So when there is a threat, it is better to come out of that safely. That is the reason why these particular firms or the organization are adopting this particular strategy known as the retrenchment strategies. So, and they can be stable by generating or reallocating that particular resources in other areas, right? And from unprofitable to profitable business. So when there is a threat from the outside world, it is better to move, to come out from that and see that to take out that particular investment and see that where it is not profitable and invest into that particular area where it is more profitable. So this retrenchment strategies may be adopted in different forms. So this particular strategies are being taken into consideration in different forms, such as it may be turnaround or it may be disinvestment or liquidation. So these are the three important various forms of retrenchment strategies where it can be adopted through turnaround or disinvestment and liquidation. And the reasons why this particular retrenchment strategies are being adopted, it says because of drastic change in the environment, the business environment, and the firms feel that such change is a threat. I told you, when there is a drastic, very big move in the environmental, that is business environment, the firms feel that it is better to come out of it or drop some of the ideas or the whatever the things they are doing at present, because they are feeling it is a threat to that particular business. And most of the management also, they wishes not to remain in this particular line of business or the business, because this has become, that particular business has become more unviable. That is, it is of no use. Because of no use, why you need to be there in the market then? It is when that particular business is of no use, it is better to drop it or to come out from that particular business. And also it says you are adopting this particular strategy, that is where the firm is not able to generate much or amount of returns on it. When you don't have much returns on your investment, the ROI we say, return on investment, it is better to come out of that particular business or to disinvest from that particular business. That is why this retrenchment strategy is being followed or adopted. So, and also it says some of the firms, they may be able to, they may like to come out of the business which are not profitable. So most of the business houses, if you are not able to pull out the profits, if you are not able to gain profits, then they will not be there in the market. They want to come out of that particular business. So these are the reasons for adoption of this particular retrenchment strategies. And you can see there are some more, like the reasons why they won't adopt this particular strategies. That is, the firms or the companies, they may like to concentrate only on the main products. Having concentrating only on one particular product or one particular line of product. I told you the hospital case, right? So that particular hospital, earlier it was having so many surgeries they were doing, surgeries on all different kinds of surgeries. But later on they dropped that idea and they said we'll concentrate only on cardiac surgeries. Like this, the firms or the companies or the organization also, they like to concentrate only on the main core product than other substitute products. So some products might have become more absolute. Some of the products will be absolute. There is no demand only for that particular product. In that case, there is of no use in continuing that particular product. So it is better to drop or to remove or to come out of particular business. So this retrenchment involves, it may be totally or sometimes it may be partially. So the businessman will see all the feasibility then taking that into consideration, he is going to adopt the strategy called as retreatment strategies. It may be totally he may be adopting the strategies, or partially he may be adopting this particular strategies, right? And he may withdraw from this particular things, that is, he may withdraw from the customer group, or it may be customer functions, or the functions which have been undertaken on part of the customers, right? As well as the technology which is been using it, alternative technologies which have been using, then and also from one or more business. So these are the reasons why they adopt this particular strategy known as retreatment strategies. So this retreatment strategy is nothing but it is an attempt. It is an attempt to trim the fat. So when you are looking very fat, what you are trying to do? What you will do? You start doing some exercise. You start doing some exercise, or you stop eating all the stuffs which is not good on part of your health, where it is increasing your fat and more calories in your body. So you are going to remove. How we are going to remove it? That is by stopping, or by stopping whatever the things you are eating, you are going to stop with that, right? And which will create more fat or more cholesterol in your body. So likewise, it says this retrenchment is an attempt to trim the fat. So to trim the fat, you need not have to take the go for the surgery and remove the fat. Do some exercises, lot of exercises, walking, jogging, all this we can do, right? In order to reduce the fat from your body, and also having some diets, all this you can do. So that is possible only when you undertake the retrenchment. So that things has to be followed here also under this particular strategy known as retrenchment strategies, and the result will be slimmer. So you will be very slim. You look more slimmer when you reduce your fat. So likewise, when the unwanted things are is not required, better to remove it or to drop it or come out of that particular action. So students, I think you understood the topics today which I have covered to you about this, that is the corporate level strategies, stability strategies, then we have growth and expansion strategies I explained to you, then about the retrenchment strategies. So hoping that you understood the topics. So I will be ending this particular session for today. So see you in the next class. Until then, take care. Have a nice day. Thank you.